Buzz Live. Buzz, 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 buzz. It's Blake's Buzz Live. Buzz, 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 buzz. It's Blake's Buzz Live. More, hate less, read comics. It's Blake's Buzz Live.
Buzz, buzz, babies.
Buzz, buzz, babies. We're here on a special Tuesday night. I know it's not Wednesday. I know I'm throwing everybody off. Everybody's confused. Trust me, it'll be fine. I bring you here in good nature. We are here to talk to Mick Byers and Clay Adams. They have a new Kickstarter that just launched today. It's printing money, basically. They're sitting in a real good spot. It's called DreamQuest, and it looks very cool. And obviously, a lot of the crowdfunding world seems to agree with me. You guys are sitting at 94 backers. That's a good number on day one. You only have 29 days to go. I don't know if you're going to do it. You're at 75% already. I mean, risky business here in the crowdfunding world. But how you guys doing today? Is it like typical Kickstarter jitters, or are you guys feeling pretty good about this?
I think we're feeling pretty good. I can't speak for Mick, but I feel like we're in good position.
I feel like any doubts or misgivings I have are purely to prey on the doubts and misgivings that Clay might have. And if he ever starts to feel comfortable, then that's when I like to step in and be like, well, it's going to fail. Like, no one actually loves it.
You keep the tension going. You're like, you can't. No one can.
It's that thrill of the chase. I don't want him to get complacent.
No one should. I feel like no one should be. It's like a razor wire. You gotta you're sitting on razor wire. That just can't be comfortable, right?
I've done so many of these that I feel like no two are alike. You know what I mean? So it's like some things like start strong and then fizzle out, and then other things like start slow, but then they build for a month and then suddenly end strong. And so it's like, you never really know, but it definitely seems to be going well. I think it's a great book and people seem to be responding to it. So that's awesome.
That is awesome. David is on in the chat. What's up, baby? Good to see you. Always happy to have you here. He's on the other side of the world, probably eating breakfast, I think.
Oh, wow.
It's actually Wednesday over there in Australia. And
have we funded yet in Australia? If he
future backer, tell us.
Yeah,
David, pull up the Kickstarter.
How's it going?
If it's funded yet? Is that how time works? Right? I don't know. Time's a flat circle, man.
It's like that movie, The Lake House, right? Is that what it is? We're communicating with a ghost from the past or the future.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Is that what's the movie where they put the letters in the mailbox?
That's the Lake House.
Isn't
Yeah,
that's the Lake House.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that with John Wick? Like the John Wick?
Yeah,
right?
John Wick and the lady from Speed. As if they, haven't ever been in a movie together before.
Yeah, never. I remember a while back. We're here to talk about this Kickstarter, but more importantly, we're here to talk about Hollywood figures that don't give a shit about any of us.
Sure.
But
Keanu makes comics.
He does. He's on Kickstarter now.
Yes,
basically
absolutely.
the same person.
We're basically peers. Yeah.
But they were on Ellen or something because my mom used to always watch it, and like I would always hear it in the background, and they mentioned like everybody asked if they like ever dated, right? If there was like sexual chemistry and stuff, and they both admitted to like having a crush on each other, but neither of them ever knew it. And this was like years after Speed. I was like, man, you fucked up, Keanu. Like Sandra Bullock's a beautiful woman, but like I remember in Speed, like she's looking good in that movie. Man. Anyways, speaking of sexy ladies, we got a few. Mick loves to draw 'em, by the way. He's the thirstiest artist I know. He's got two fucking jugs of water on hand right now. He's so thirsty. But so you guys are working together on a Kickstarter project, and it's Lovecraftian. There's a lot of tentacles in the unofficial prequel that came out in the horror anthology previously. There was some tentacles and nudity and time weirdness and alternate universes that collide. It's very heady and very trippy. As I was telling Clay before we started talking, I was like, this is a little different than some of the other stuff you've written. And I'm really excited for it. Like I'm excited to see this side of you, come out. And I love Mick's art, and I don't know. I think you're both cool people, and it's cool to see you work together. I feel like there's a good team team effort going on here? Are you guys like you can't stand each other, or are you actually?
Oh
like
my
working with each
God!
other?
Yeah, get me away from this guy. I see him for hours every day.
Until we started sharing a space in the same physical area. That's when it got. Never meet your internet friends, kids. That's the lesson here.
That's the truth.
Yeah. No, I think we have good chemistry, and I'm really glad. I'm glad that you say that you're excited to see it, because it is different. It is very different from the other stuff I've done with Fried, with like PBOW and Deadskins, and the more horror comedy stuff. This is more like straight up horror. There are some, light moments. I think drama needs to have some humor and some levity, but yeah, this is more just straight up horror, Lovecraftian horror, and I think Mick is doing some really fantastic work.
Dude, every time he posts shit, I feel like his pictures just get better and better every time. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I
include more nudity. That's the secret.
That's what it is.
A little more nudity every time. Yeah.
It's like more cleavage, more nipple, more butts. Like, man, this guy's his skills are just accelerating.
This is one of the cats of Ulthur. To say hello.
Wave to the cats of Ulthur.
Wave to the cats of Ulthur. He's probably gonna bite me here in a minute. So I'm gonna put him down.
My sister has a couple cats now. Like I've always had dogs, and she's got cats. And the other day, her orange one was letting me scratch her belly, and I was like, I thought cats didn't like their belly scratched. And her and her fiance looked at me, and they were like, she doesn't. What the fuck? And then like she let me do it for a little bit, and then she was like, rah! And I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean.
And then they turn on
try
you.
And like you.
I've overstepped.
So weird. And my new puppy's the same way. Like he'll want to cuddle, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, it's wrestling time. I'm gonna bite you now." And I'm just like, man, I'm really stoked for when you get to like 3-4 years old and start to like you still play when I want to play, right? And then like nap a lot, please. Like no, but he's
cats don't
awesome.
do that. They like this guy's old, and he still likes to fight.
Really?
Yeah, he's a scrapper.
That's why I don't like cats. I don't like them. Don't like drawing them. Don't like them in real life. Don't like talking about them.
Like
nothing about cats.
Glad I wrote it.
Change the fucking subject, says Mick.
Yeah.
Get off your cat horse and talk about real. What are you, like a lizard guy, or you got like a bunch of bearded dragons and chameleons in some room?
I'm not really like. Yeah,
that's what Mick likes to draw.
We actually have a dog, and we have 2 guinea pigs.
Oh, nice.
Because one day in, I think 6th grade, my daughter came home from school and was like, hey, I made a PowerPoint about why we need guinea pigs. And we were like, you're absolutely not getting a guinea pig. And then that Saturday, we were down in Fayetteville buying 2 guinea pigs. So that's how it works.
I used to have one when I was a kid. His name was Max. He was an albino with red eyes. And when I came home from school, he would like climb. He would like hear me come in the house from grade school, and he would like climb on the cage, and he'd be like meep 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 meep, and he'd like make all these little like squeaky noises, like waiting for me to like come in and like scratch under his chin. I didn't know, like, because I've had like hamsters and shit before, and they just like run on wheels and shit. But like guinea pigs actually like have like kind of a personality, and you can
like these things actually want like affection and attention paid.
That's
the word.
And you can run tests on them and things too.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. We're coming out with a new cosmetics line. These guinea pigs have never looked so good.
Some parts of the world you could fucking eat them. Like they'd love to eat them, which is weird.
That's true. Yeah, because theoretically these guinea pigs will live longer than like my daughter has time. Like my daughter will be leaving for college soon. These guinea pigs will live longer than that. So like, do I give them away? Do I
like
see how old
tortoises?
They cook up?
Do they live for 200 years? How long do these fuckers live for?
5 to 7 or something.
Oh, okay.
It's too long. It's too long.
So it's not tortoise territory. You're not going to end up with like a 500-pound, 135-year-old fucking guinea pig walking around. Too bad though. That'd be a cool pet.
Nightmares.
Anyways, I heard you guys had a comic.
Do we?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I forgot. What?
So DreamQuest, DreamQuest is live on Kickstarter. Oh, you're 95 backers now. I got you one.
You got us one. There you go.
I didn't lose your money. And so it started from the I keep wanting to say Dream Theater, like the band. Nightmare Theater.
Yeah.
And did it come from volume 1 or volume 2 in Nightmare Theater?
Volume 2.
Okay.
Mick and I, Mick and I had collaborated on a couple of stories in the first volume, and we decided for the second volume, like, we'll just do one big thing and kind of make it sort of like a feature. And so like if you're not familiar with the premise, Blake, I know you are, but if you're out there in internet land and you're not familiar with the premise of Nightmare Theater, it's a horror anthology that is a love letter to horror movies. And so the premise is that like, we're going to tell you a bunch of different horror movies in like 6 to 8 pages, but being co-editor, I get to allot myself a little extra space. So we had 12 pages to make this story. And what I really like, I really sort of love that old Hollywood tradition of adapting a story where they take the name and maybe like a character, but then nothing is like the actual story. Like I remember seeing like a Basil Rathbone Sherlock Holmes, I think it was Hound of the Baskervilles or, something. Yeah,
just like there's no similarities.
Nothing at all. There's no similarity at all with the actual story. And like I hated that then, but I sort of love that as a tradition. And so I was like, well, what if we did that? Like, what if we took the name, the title and themes and characters from a Lovecraft story, but we made up our own version of it. We just totally told a completely different story. So we brought in the Cult of Cthulhu, and just tried to like bring in like some extra little Easter eggs and stuff. And it just seemed like really fertile ground. It was definitely different than stuff I'd written before, and a little trippier and weirder. And Mick just like visualized it beautifully. And we thought, well, let's write a sequel to this. Like, let's make this a thing. And we started having conversations about it a while back, and now it's real.
That's cool. Yeah, because you're one of the bigwigs behind Nightmare Theater, right? I mean, that's like
that's my official title, co-bigwig.
Co-bigwig,
yeah. It's a technical term.
So I like that. I like how you're like, I get 2 extra pages, guys. Like, just listen up. I get the 2 extra pages. You go fuck yourself.
It's a perk of the job.
No, I'm really stoked for those. I really wanted the Not Safe for Work cover of volume 2, and I just was too. I missed volume 1, so I got 1 and 2 together for the second campaign, and then it just got a little too expensive for
you were dropping
buying,
a chunk,
buying titty covers. I want more. I just love that tits. I don't know what. Anyway, I want more nude comics. I think they're kind of cool. Like, but they come at a cost. And the cost is high. Like,
well, can I tell you, like part of that, I'm sure, is like, people going, well, if they're gonna pay for it, we're gonna this is what we're gonna charge. But
you gotta pay your artist too.
Yeah, you gotta pay the artist, but then also, honestly, like coming from the Nightmare Theater anthology, part of our calculus was we were originally printing that book in China, and they wouldn't print it. And so we were going to have to go to a different printer. And so that was going to be like a much more expensive print run, because it was like it would be a much smaller print run, just like, a certain amount of books. And then and so like our per unit cost was like insane. So when we put that out there, then it was like, okay, well, if I think this is especially when we went to hardcover, like that was really when it got crazy expensive. It was like, all right, well, we'll make this for people, but we have to charge what it makes sense to do. Like, we're not trying to rip anybody off. Yeah. And so we did. And then fun fact, actually, our Chinese printer fired us because of Mick's filthy art for Beyond the Wall of Sleep. They would not print the book. And we wound up going with the same printer for the whole run.
Wow.
So all of our costs went up.
So you're welcome.
Yeah. Talk about having a wrench thrown in the gears, like on top of like, I mean, already like the normative stresses of like crowdfunding, right? And then you're like, oh no, like they hate our art so much they won't print this. Samantha Branch is in the house. What's up, Samantha?
Hey, what's up, Samantha?
Some people are just such fucking prudes. Like,
But not Samantha Branch, who is a complete champ, I want to say. She came through for us on this cover, did a phenomenal job. She did the Naked Nightmare variant.
Yeah,
And
let's pull that up. I love that cover, so genius, right? Like it took like half a second for me to get it because I was like looking at something else, and then I was like, oh.
Where are you looking at?
I'm a live streamer, not a scholar, ladies and gentlemen. I dropped out of grad school. This is the best you get from me. I'm sorry. But yeah, here's the campaign page. Campaign page looking solid. We'll watch that video in just a moment. I love mixed cover. I love these colors too. These colors are super dope. The purple and green really go well together with like the title and logo. Like that shit pops. Like
so
it looks super nice.
That's Ilaria Kioka. She colors PBOW and Blazing Blade of Frankenstein. And we sent that to her, and she came back like we weren't expecting her to make such a bold choice, but it really works, and it reminds us of those. I'm going to date myself, but it really reminds us of the old Michael Golden Batman covers from like I think the early '90s or something. He did some stuff sort of in the same vein. So when we saw what she was doing, we like sent her those as reference, and we were like, "You're right in this wheelhouse. Like, go for it." And she really did a great job.
Don't you feed his ego, Samantha. He's already enough. He's hard enough to deal with already.
Seriously.
I had to beg this guy to get on my show. Like I was like, Mick, I was like, Clay.
I don't know. I'm busy. I could be taking a nap right now. I actually would be playing Valheim or Gloomhaven. So you're welcome. I showed up. You're welcome.
This is also a really great cover. Luca
Strati. Yeah, Strati. He did covers for Mars Attacks, Red Sonja.
Yeah.
And just really, I mean, phenomenal. We were blown away when that showed up in our inbox.
And then here we got some of Mix Interiors, which the comics looking gorgeous.
Colored by Julio Rojas, who also did Beyond the Wall of Sleep for Nightmare Theater. So the whole team is
pages of this. Like I'm excited. I'm just excited for like I just feel like it's gonna be a great one shot. And I like Kickstarter one shots because like you get a little bit more to read, right? And especially, I mean, this is a one and done, possibly. I mean, I'm sure you guys might have plans for something else in the future. But
I mean, if people beg us and they're throwing money at us, like
I mean, if we make $4,000 in 12 hours, maybe we'll think about it. Oh wait, that already happened. All right, so one of these days we'll get to Samantha's cover. Here we go. All right, here's Samantha's cover. Who like. I really this looks like old like Fathom like the
like Michael Turner stuff.
I got big Michael Turner vibes from this.
Yeah. It's fantastic stuff. Like I had Samantha do a cover for me on my last Mars book too. And
we're there in bed.
Every book I'm in bed on now, like I need Samantha to do a cover for it.
Yeah, I
love it every time.
I want to make a comic just so I can have her do a cover for me. Like,
right? It would be worth doing a comic just to have Samantha do a cover.
Interior is going to be dog shit, but that
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're selling it purely on the strength of Samantha.
It's going to be like I'll call it a graphic novella, right? And so like it'll be like because I can write prose. Like it'll be like mainly prose. I'll pay an artist like.
You get a little spot illustrations here and there. Yeah.
People be like, what the fuck did I just buy?
Seriously, Blake, honestly, like you just need to make a book that has like no middle. You know what I mean? Like just you start out with a couple of pages and then you just print a bunch of blank pages and then like something at the back, but then you just sell like 18 different covers.
Call it a limited edition notebook.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then we got the not safe for work variant. Both of these are total Michael Turner vibes, which I mean in the highest compliment. Just really great work here. And then you can get the not safe for work variant. I love how these new deals and I've backed a couple like recently where I've got suckered in to the to the free and the teats on the covers, right? And but it seems to be like it seems to be guys are making some bucks. Like they're moving covers, and people are paying the extra fee for them. It sounds
they
like
are
from
moving,
the other
yeah, they're
campaigns.
moving covers. Yeah, people are buying them. Yeah, you know what? That's oh yeah, Michael Turner's who inspired me to get in the comics.
Well, he would be proud.
Yeah,
I
for
think.
sure.
That's true. That's true. I bother her every day.
You know, so that's what happened with the cover on Nightmare Theater 2, and how we kind of stumbled into this was we had gotten a Taglietti cover, Emmanuel Taglietti, and we didn't realize it actually came nude, but we had to pay more for him to put clothes on it.
Oh no.
So that's we were like, all right, well, you know, I guess we got 2 versions of this. Let's use it. And it anyway, it worked. It sold. So if it works, don't you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, one of the other launch parties I did for Frankenstein the Unconquered, they had a not safe for work variant as well, and they were like, we're just kind of trying it, like, you know, like everybody else is. And then after like a couple days, they were like, well, we're gonna keep doing this, because like everybody
keep trying.
I mean, they paid a good artist too, so I mean, you know, it's you got to be, you know, you can't just
hire me for every cover.
Yeah, it can't just
strike gold. You need to hire someone with skill.
You gotta switch it up, but you gotta get good art. You have to get a good artist to really pull it off, I think. Like, you can't just have anybody draw a nude cover.
And like what was important to me is that, like, it wasn't just like, yes, X sells, and you know, yes, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, you know, but what was important to me was that, like, it wasn't just about like making a sexy cover. It was like, can we do something that fits with the book?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And not just slapping a cover on there just to sell it. And so, like, the fantasy, like, there is the tradition of you know, the nudes in fantasy. And so once we had the fantasy cover, that was kind of a no-brainer. And then the idea for the Naked Nightmare was it comes directly out of a scene from the book, where it's like, you know, everybody's had that nightmare where you show up to work naked. And so we depicted that in the book, and we were like, I think this could be a cover moment, you know?
No, yeah, it works. And I also love these too. So you can get, if you want to pony up the big bucks, you can get a mixed sketch cover. And what did you say here? This made me crack up. It was, it's like Mick will draw anything for money.
Oh, that's down at the bigger one. Yeah,
I fucking died. I was like, holy shit. But so 150 you'll get like a blank cover, and then, but I like this. I think this is really smart. More people should pay attention to this. For $50 extra, he'll sketch the backing board that they ship it in. And I think that's a pretty smooth upgrade, I think, because first of all, $50 is so fair for how well Mick draws. Like, and
I started doing that on Royo, because like I would come in to like the office that Clay and I share, and like I didn't want to start working for him immediately. I need some time to myself, and so I was just doodling on backing boards. I was like, oh shit, this like looks kind of finished, and it's a lot of fun. So when we were putting this project together, it's like this is something, you know, I really enjoyed doing. I would like to do more of. So let's see if anyone's interested in it.
And here's what's this Mick will draw anything for money.
Yeah,
it doesn't even have to be related to our book. I can't wait for the like weird tentacle shit. Like, oh, it's gonna be awesome. Also, I love this. This is another part of my favorite part about your campaign page is like Clay's super professional like writer photo, followed with it looks like Mick is in a cubicle, like doing his day job.
Yeah, basically
the balance of power here.
I'll try to make him look worse next time. That's my plan.
Or like you should have like photoshopped him like behind you in the cubicle, like writing. Like you're like in this throne, and he's back there hunched over.
You know what? You know what? The only other photo that I have of Mick that I could have used was his reference photo that we sent to Samantha.
It's a good photo.
It's a great photo. He's like,
I'm going to do the cosplay cover for our next book.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So maybe I'll swap that out.
No, I mean, I think I love it. I thought you might have done it on purpose, but if you didn't, that's even better. Just the serendipitous. It's a real word. I just can't say it.
It was a complete accident, but I think I feel like my disdain for Mick really comes through on the page.
And then Julio, of course, looks like a boss, which he is on the page. And then you guys have a former Big Two editor working on this with you. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I don't want to sound like an asshole.
Frank Pittarisi.
Pittarisi. Okay. How do you guys know him? How'd that team up happen?
I met Frank years and years ago. I think actually when he was at DC, we had a mutual friend who connected us. Frank was a big soap opera fan, or I think still is a big soap opera fan. And I was working on the soaps at the time. And I think we actually met at the Daytime Emmys. Nice. That was the first time I met him in person. And then we've been, after I left New York, we've been Facebook friends, social media friends for a long time. And finally, one day, our mutual friend Jay Ferber was like, "Hey, you know what, Clay, you're writing these horror comics. Like Frank's a big horror guy. You guys should work together." And I was like, "Why didn't I think of this before? Absolutely, let's do it." And he's been great to work with.
Awesome. I also love this about your campaign page is you let people know how you ship these things, which is very important. If anybody listens to this or watches later, like
I love your tweets about shipping and the sorry state of shipping. And I will tell you the story. I was getting ready to send something out for Queen of Mars, and I was like half paying attention to packaging, half scrolling through Twitter, and I saw one of those. I was like, I cannot send this package out. I need to throw this envelope away. I need to walk to the other side of the office and get a Gemini and mail this out like a real comics pro.
Yes.
And I did, because you guilted me into it.
You're doing God's work, Blake.
It's so for one, if you send out a bunch of cheap mailers or not mailers at all, if you save your not even real bubble wrap from Amazon and put your book in that and tape it, and like it's going to cost you more money to resend damaged product back to keep your clientele happy, or everybody's going to fucking talk shit and not want to do your other, because right. I will complain, but I won't like call out or tag a creator. Like, I won't take a picture of the book. I won't say, I'll be somewhat of a prick, but I don't go like full blown, prick in those instances. Anyways, like, and then this recent instance that they said they would send me a new copy, which I was super appreciative. They were really cool about it. And then, but again, like there's no way that I'm going to be the only one writing to this person saying like, "Hey, my book is fucked." like I paid $30 for this. So anyways, and like I said, it's a cool book. I was really excited about too. I could have, gone the digital route, which is, sometimes easier, but anyway, yeah.
No, that, that's the thing, is that most people won't write to complain about it. They'll just look at it.
I'm that asshole then. Awesome.
Yeah, no.
That's what I wanted to find out today. My name's Blake.
This is
Aaron Morgan.
But
it's a net positive.
No, but what I mean is like I feel like most people just won't complain. What they will do though is be like, well, screw this. I'm never backing this guy again. You know what I mean? Like they didn't care enough to like put my comic in a decent enough package. And so like, I never want that to happen. I want people to know, like, if your mail carrier somehow manages to mangle this Gemini, which is very difficult to do, but it does happen.
You got to try real hard.
You got to try real hard, but it does happen. We actually had that happen on the last campaign I fulfilled. But like, you should never put your stuff in like Amazon packaging, because you would think for a giant company that started out as an online bookstore, they would have mastered shipping books by now.
No.
But they always arrive damaged. They always arrive damaged.
You know, they used to give away a free month of Prime. Like if you
really
wrote,
I got one of those ones. Yeah,
I used to get them all the time because they would fuck up my books, and I was
always.
Now I know you're not supposed to buy graphic novels and stuff on Amazon. I'm sorry, I'm fucking cheap, ladies and gentlemen. So I do it sometimes. And you get spoiled with Prime, that 2-day shipping. I want this book now, right? Anyways, long story short, you used to complain, be like, hey, send me another one. It's ruined. And then they'd be like, okay, and here's a free month of Prime. And that's now $15. Back then, this was like when Prime was still like $9.99 or $10.99 a month, right? They don't do that anymore. They'll be like, I mean, yeah, we'll send you another one if you send it back, but like, there's no reward system. We don't feel bad about it.
And it might be just as screwed up.
Yeah. It's a big risk. So anyways, but yeah, it's shipping's important, and I'm glad that you guys do. And you both have been around the block enough now. Like, this ain't your first rodeo. You know how to grab those horns and ride it to win it, right?
That's right, baby. This is my 14th rodeo.
Insane.
And then when you add Bloodline comics on top of it, it's my 17th.
Wow.
So between us, we've got more than 20. We've done more than 20 campaigns.
That's awesome. I like that. And also no wonder you're having such a great day one too, because you all have, Kickstarter's rough, right, for a lot of new people with like new ideas and brand new projects. But if you can play the game, if you can carry that weight on your shoulder, and you can keep producing good content and get it to your people in a semi-timely fashion, there's things we can't control. And I think most people that play the Kickstarter game know that. But I mean, people start following you. Right. I mean, like when Charlie Stickney drops a book on Kickstarter, right? Like it's fucking nuts. Or like Pat Shan's Mr. Six Figure now, right? So like, but he's done Destiny for a decade or just around a decade now. So I mean, like, it's a legit means of publishing, and when you guys stick with it and take care of your people, and we know you appreciate us, it definitely makes it easier to pay the extra money to experience, these great comic books.
Well, they wouldn't exist without the backers, and
that is So that's why anything that makes me feel more important, I generally like.
We're just here to stroke your ego. It's not to promote us.
Speaking of ego stroking, that was a bad segue, but we got a trailer. I don't know what I was thinking there. I don't think I was. But anyways, where
is he going with this?
We got it's nowhere good. We got a trailer. We got a few people in the chat now. We've also got up to 98 backers. We got a few more backers. That's awesome. So
I say we stay here till we hit 100, and then we just walk away.
We
just drop the mic.
Yeah,
just slam the laptop shut.
I'm cool.
So
I got shit to do. So no, if you guys want me to shut up, quit being cowards and back this fucking comic and watch this great trailer.
Hey everybody, it's Clay Adams from Fried Comics, and alongside artist Mick Byers, colorist Julio Rojas, and editor Frank Pittarisi, we are pleased to bring you DreamQuest, a 48-page Lovecraftian horror one-shot. Imagine Reanimator meets Dream Warriors. DreamQuest is a complete, done-in-one tale that expands on Lovecraft's dream cycle. Several of his stories focus on the character of Randolph Carter, who's loosely based on Lovecraft himself. At the end of the dream cycle, Randolph has disappeared into the Dreamlands and is desperately trying to return home. Do you need to know anything about the dream cycle to enjoy this one-shot? Nope. Our story starts with a brand new character of our own invention, Margot Carter, as she's contacted by Randolph in her dreams. And we commissioned some special variants. Some are safe for work, some are not safe for work, for those of you who wish Barbara Crampton was still starring in Lovecraft adaptations. Mick is providing plenty of opportunities for original art. You can get a one-of-a-kind sketch cover, or you can splurge for an 18 by 24 original commission. Between us, we've worked on more than 20 campaigns, so we know what we're doing, and we'll make sure you get your book. So pick a reward tier you like and pledge. Oh, and sleep with one eye open tonight.
I dig it.
I'd buy that book.
I'm already backing it, but I'd back it again if I could.
Thank you.
I like the music too. Do you guys hire that out, or did you make that, Clay, or have?
I wish that I was that talented. No, you buy a license from Take Tones is a place that I think I got it from, and they have some fantastic stuff, really fantastic stuff. So if you're a creator out there looking for music, Take Tones.
What about the video part itself? I agree, Samantha. I love how active your cover artist is being in the chat right now. Like, I really dig. Like, she's
a keeper.
You got a good product when like the people you work with want to like come hang out with you on a Tuesday night. Like, right? Like, I worked with these people already. Like, I don't need to be there. Samantha, I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out. And like I said, your art's fucking phenomenal for real. But yeah, so did you make the trailer, the video part, or
I did? Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I stayed up way too late last night making that.
Just cranked it out.
Cranked it out. Honestly, like I've been doing this long enough, like making videos and editing and doing all that. I've done it long enough that I do sort of like put it off to the last minute and kind of crap it out. But I have fun doing it. Mick is not a fan of videos. He insisted I didn't need to worry about it.
I had like really, I wanted you fresh and ready to go this morning. Instead, you came in bloodshot, bleary-eyed, and it
tired
took so
and
long.
crabby.
Yeah. I did a video for my first campaign, and I did not enjoy it. So I've never done a video since, and I don't miss it. And it wasn't necessarily the video, it's Clay's incessant waffling and complaining about whether or not he should do the video.
Oh man.
I will always
I do like a good
I like them.
Yeah, I like a good comic book trailer. I remember when forever ago, when like people started doing trailers for novels, right? And then like then I saw like the first trailer for like a comic book, and now like Kickstarter trailers, like some people dump some fucking money into or know how to do it, but like when they can take like these still panels and make them move and shit, like I don't understand it. Like it freaks. Like I think it's really cool, and yeah, I really want to. I think TikTok, like comic book TikTok, is starting to get bigger, and I think more people need to kind of go there. Not like leave their current social medias, but like there's a lot of great. You can get like a lot of views and stuff on TikTok right now, and I'm super jealous of people that can make cool looking videos because like I'm funny, right? Like I can give you like good like talk over a cover of a comic and do like a 30-second review, right? But that people don't want that. Like they want like my head to pop up in different areas of the screen at different moments, and then do like panel transitions and shit. And I've learned how to do a few things, but like it really aggravates me that these like fucking 5-year-olds playing Fortnite can make like a cooler video than I can on TikTok, and then I get irritated, and then I realize I'm a fucking old man on a porch.
Yeah.
Like, get off my internet.
Right.
So my daughter has a YouTube channel, and she's gotten really into it and editing videos and all of that stuff. And I look at some of the stuff that she does, and like she's never had any training or anything, but like just the camera angles she picks and her editing techniques. And I'm like, I think these kids are just born with it now. Like they've watched so much YouTube and TikTok and whatever. Like they just do things instinctively that like in my day, you had to pay good money to go to film school to learn how to do that,
Yeah. Same. Like I do feel the same. And they do it so easier. And there's like fucking tutorials out. Like my buddy showed me like a couple tutorials, and it's weird. Like, when I started the podcast my Blake's Buzz journey was I started with the blog and was writing reviews. Right. And then I I had a bad podcast experience with other people, and so I was kind of like, I don't really want to do that. And then I was like, well, fuck other people, I'll do it by myself. And then I taught myself how to, I'm not a great audio editor, but I do a few things before I release it, right? And like that was all new to me, how to host and stuff. Like I didn't know any of that shit when I was like, let's do a podcast. So like I taught myself how to do all that, but for some reason, TikTok, which you primarily do like all on your phone, and it's supposed to be so easy, I like fucking curl up into the fetal position, and I'm like, no, it's good. Like I'm such a piece of shit. Like I'm trying to get over that, because like for real, like some of the other bloggers and comic guys are on there, and it's easy traffic, and some of the people doing Kickstarters are, and like if you can get thousands of views on TikTok, and you can get them to click your campaign page or watch your campaign video or an episode, I mean, shit can start to happen. You start to do that balancing act of getting people to check out your other content. So Dave Chisholm is he's real big on TikTok right now. Like he just did he just did Into the Blue. Well, yeah, he's gonna be the next podcast episode. But sorry for spoiling that.
Spoiler alert!
All my crazy fans out there, they're just gonna lose it. Sorry, but he's real big on TikTok, and he does like this like sketch work and like speeds it up. But he did like a lot of little commercials for Enter the Blue for his new graphic novel, and got like a lot of hits and traction. So there's definitely a comic book corner there that's starting to get bigger. And I think if we all like got in there early, we could become like titans of comic book TikTok. But like, I gotta take naps.
It sounds exhausting. It really does. One of the reasons I hired Clay to hold my hand through this process is that he could handle, like, I just sit here and I draw my little drawings and I can shut out the outside world. And Clay is my social media guru. He does all the things. He makes all the posts. He does all the talking, and it's beautiful. And then like anytime someone brings up TikTok or whatnot, or like any of these new services, and it's just like I just want to go to sleep. I'm of that age. It makes me want to take a nap. I can't handle it.
Says the guy who's like on Twitch and Discord all the time,
right?
And, like I'm too old for that stuff. I'm like, what? Can't I just send you a Facebook message? Like what? What's Discord?
Facebook? No. No, I stream on Facebook too. David likes my trailer voice right here. Let me where's the description for this comic here?
Yeah, let's hear it.
In a world.
Yeah. In a world. Where is your, am I missing it?
We wrote no copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing on there.
Just pictures.
Several
what we were watching. I showed my daughter Underworld the other day, and like we watched the trailer for it first, and it was her first In a World trailer.
Oh, did it blow her mind?
She could not believe that trailers used to be that bad.
Yeah. And that line, like, anyway, I guess I'll just read the dream cycle. All right. Between 1918 and 1932, H.P. Lovecraft wrote a series of stories set in the Dreamlands. Like most of his work, it's now in the public domain and has inspired everything from The Sandman to Nightmare on Elm Street. Several of the stories focus on the character of Randolph Carter, who's loosely based on Lovecraft himself. At the end of the dream cycle, Randolph has disappeared into the Dreamlands and is desperately trying to return home. This summer, I mean fall, because summer's over. Experience H.P. Lovecraft's narratives like never before in DreamQuest.
Oh, shit. You know what? We should have ended that. And then Randolph Carter hopes every dream is the dream that takes him home. That's what we should have done.
Next campaign.
You know what? Let's just shut this one down now. We're canceling.
You're right. We're going to cancel.
Away.
So everybody
come back again.
We're gonna redo it tomorrow. Well, I'd say we go live tomorrow, but
launch party tomorrow.
Another show. Yeah, 99 backers, folks. You got one more.
All right,
one more.
Guys, we are so close to just shutting the laptop and going home. So if you want us to
that
shut
part
up,
about me taking a nap, it could happen literally at any moment.
Any moment.
We can keep going. That's the new deal now, right? Is you pass out on the live stream and
You just go to sleep. Yeah.
you go to
Dale,
sleep.
how do you say his last
got your
name?
piss jugs out there, and I don't know. Captain
Yeah.
Piss Jug is what I call him. I don't know his real name. I don't know this. I know he's like, you know, like a historical Hulk artist, but I also know he's like a Ethan Van Scab peeler fucko. So whatever. Anyways, so anyway, but yeah, I you know, I've done. I haven't been drinking on the live streams as much the last couple weeks because I've been doing a lot more of them, and I can't like get drunk 3 nights a week and get up and go to work because I'm fucking 36 years old. I can't party like that anymore. But the first time I did a live stream, I got tanked, right? And I did it by myself, no guests, and I just talked about comics and like people tuned in. They thought it was hilarious, and everybody was like, "Are you gonna keep doing this?" And I was like, "I don't know. It sounds kind of like exhausting." And then I didn't for a while, and then I started doing the Blake's Buzz live deal. But yeah, so for a while I was like, man, I have to have a few drinks to like do that. It was like
that's
tradition.
what makes the magic happen.
Yeah, but I still like the last week I've been sort of sober doing these, and like people, I guess I'm still kind of funny sometimes. Like people keep tuning in, and the reason why everybody's been noticing I've been a bit more busy, and the reason I do more of these is not only do I believe in these projects, and I do love Kickstarter, and I love the crowdfunding way of things, and I want more people to experience that, but I just launched a Patreon, and you can be a builder bee for $3 a month. You can support a fucking dream. You can help me buy some comics or some candy or some, I don't know, man. I need some Skittles. I need some Skittle gummies. They're expensive. I got some other tiers going on, and you guys can patreon.com/BlakesBuzz. You can check that out. If you want to pay the extra money, I'm going to start doing a comic news podcast called The Honey Pot, the sweet spot for nerd news. And I'm also going to do a newsletter. And yeah, thank you to the people that have already subscribed to me. I swear I will put content out one day, and it's all new. Like no one's even been charged yet. Like there's like people like signed up, so like I think it's October 1st will be like the first, like they take money from you and give it to me, and yeah like anyways,
I technically launched a Patreon I think in like 2018, but like I've never advertised it. I've posted stuff 5 or 6 times, and then I go through and delete it all. Like, this is all nonsense. No one wants to see this. I'll put something else. I'm like, no, this is dumb too. I'll take that down.
See, and you're an artist too. Like when someone was talking to me about it, they were like, you do so much content for free. And I was like, yeah, who the fuck am I? Like, I'm Blake Morgan. I'm Blake's Buzz. Like, who's going to pay me? And they were like, dude, just try it. And so like some people talked me into it, and then I did it. And then I was like, I thought it was going to be like when I first did t-shirts and my family would buy them all. Like, cause like everybody, my family all bought Blake's Buzz t-shirts, but then other people started buying them too. But yeah, my fucking family isn't even subscribed to my Patreon. So that's thanks parents and grandparents. Oh, my grandparents are dead. That's probably why they're not.
Spoiler alert. He's not even subscribed to his own daughter's YouTube channel. So, you know, everyone does it.
What's up? The man with the best screen name in the world, Promiscuous Time Traveler, is in the house. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. But yeah, anyways, enough about me and trying to scam everyone out of money $3 at a time. Let's go back to this wonderful comic that we're still sitting at 99 backers, $3,825 out of. Where did this goal number come from, by the way? 5,150? Like not just 5,000, not 5,500, 5,000. That's a very specific amount. How'd that come about?
5150. It's Los Angeles police code for the criminally insane.
Well, shit. Aren't you guys clever?
Well,
plays the clever one.
No, Eddie Van Halen is the clever one. That's the name of his
Everybody
studio.
knows Eddie's Kickstarters used to do really well.
He did great. Yeah. He was a master Kickstarter. Yeah. He didn't even know what Kickstarter was, I'm sure.
Definitely not.
God rest his soul. But yeah, I totally swiped that from Eddie Van Halen. But it seemed like a proper number. You know, Mick wanted like the thing about Kickstarter is that it's like, you know, what really is the goal? Like, is the goal to pay for everything? Is the goal to pay yourself too? I mean, obviously we'd love to we'd love to get paid. But we figured we'd set the goal low enough that it was like everybody working on the project besides, me and Mick are going to get paid. And then anything beyond that, then, can go to us or improvements to the book. But we wanted to keep it at a relatively low, manageable number, something we could hit early and then keep going. And so anyway, Mick said 5,000 and I insisted on 5,150 because I'm a nerd.
I'm sure Mick didn't mind because we all know he'll do anything for money.
That's true.
I saw it on your
Kickstarter.
Draw anything for money.
Okay, sorry.
There's a very clear distinction that needs to be made there. I feel like I will draw anything for money.
But I'm working on that, and then when we do that, there will be some brand new tiers. Believe me.
just wait till you see our stretch goals.
I was about to say, what kind of stretch goals are we gonna have here?
A lot of stretching.
You're gonna need to stretch before the goals.
Yeah. Especially Mick. Touch your toes.
Because he's hunched, because you keep him hunched over the desk all the time.
That's right.
While you're sitting in your comfy chairs.
Posture is terrible.
I put the link up. I wish there was a better way to do links on this thing, because here I just want to imagine everybody slowly typing this out okay.
Well, we do have a pretty link.
Oh, you have a pretty link?
A little easier.
If you post that,
I will post
in the chat.
that.
I can.
Yeah. Let me grab. I gotta go to Twitter. I gotta go to my profile.
I know. I'm sorry to put you out, bud.
You gotta copy. This is so much work, man.
I already made.
You know what? Forget. I'm going home. You know what? I'm not even gonna wait for the 100th backer. I'm just slamming my laptop shut. All right. So, how do I post? See, I'm an old man. How do I even post here?
I think you can post. You can post in the private chat.
I'll post in the private chat. Okay, so no one can see it.
And then I'll copy that.
It's a big secret.
And then paste it.
All right.
From ourselves.
Oh, that's so tiny. Wow, so much easier. Okay, I've been seeing people do this to compete with the fucking algorithm, right? The fucking algorithm. They do these because you can put text in a picture and you can type that out and go right to the website.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then that way you're not posting a link. So here's, I don't know if people notice the fucking loops I'm jumping through right now on Kickstarter to help you guys promote. But I have an alt Twitter that I used to use to complain about stuff. Now I have to use that to like my own tweets. And supposedly, supposedly you can't put a link in the tweet anymore, right? Because Twitter will try and hide you. And then it'll and it'll try and hide you if you say click here or go here, because Twitter doesn't want you to leave their social space, and a link will take you elsewhere and get off of their app. So now the new trick is you hey, here's this Kickstarter, or here's my campaign, and then you post the cover or whatever image, and then you say link in comments, and you say it with the little emoji guys, right?
Right. Yep.
Or link in thread, and then you post below. You post the link. Now they're saying you really need someone else, i.e. an alt profile, to post that link. And then, so basically what I'm doing now is I'm having conversations with myself through two fucking Twitter profiles, liking each of the tweets. And so it looks
like live in a stupid age.
This is why I just want to go to sleep all the time.
Yeah.
Just it's not worth it. I'm just going to take a nap instead.
I am waiting for the day when they invent AI to just watch everything that's streaming, right? Because clearly this is not being made for human beings. No human being can sit and watch all of this content that's being made. So now they're going to have to create something to watch all the shit that they're creating. Yeah.
We don't like to talk about AI because they're going to start drawing pictures and making comics and
absolutely. Sorry.
Everybody's so excited about. No, I don't give a shit.
Sorry, everybody.
We're not going to make AI comics anytime soon.
Oh man, that would be brilliant. I get my script from Clay. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'll get this done tomorrow. Just go right to my computer. I'll still draw my own projects because I care about those. But the stuff for Clay, people only want the Samantha Branch cover, so the insides don't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Speaking of mixed work, we got a fan of his White Ash work. And yeah, it's that's where I noticed him too. And then, well, actually, the first time I really noticed him, he was mouthing off in the chat during a live stream when I was talking to Charlie Stickney, and then later Charlie messaged me and he was like, "Can I like you? My buddy he's got a." And then we ended up talking, and now I think this is the third or fourth time he's been on my third time he's been on my show.
I feel in my bones it is the fourth time. I don't know. But that White Ash book was a lot of fun. It was the first time. So like I'd drawn a short story for Charlie. I'd drawn some short stories for Clay. White Ash was the first time I'd drawn a full issue for someone else. Okay. And then this thing with DreamQuest is only the second time I've drawn a full issue for someone else, and like it's just the difference in experience between writing and drawing from my own script and then like writing and drawing from someone else's. It's a completely different experience, and I enjoy it a little more each time. Nah.
Oh, you do enjoy it. Okay.
I do enjoy it. Like there's so many decisions that have like been taken off my plate that I don't even realize have been taken off my plate. And like it's very free not to be responsible. Like if it doesn't make sense, that's not on me anymore. That's his fault.
You're like, I'm just doing what you told me to do, motherfucker.
Yeah. Like the only thing that like gives me pause is that I'm terrible at leaving space for the dialogue and the word balloons. And that is true both of White Ash and of DreamQuest, where I frequently get pages back and it was like, it's great. I love it. I need you to redraw this half of the page because these word balloons don't fit anyway.
Did you do any of the Galarian stuff?
No, I didn't do any of the Galarian. The Galarian main series is drawn by Romina Morinelli. And then Charlie has like various artists doing the short stories.
Yeah, I didn't know if you did a short, because you very much, your style it very much caters to like Galarian.
I mean, as soon as Galarian visits a red planet where the natives have 4 arms, I am there for Charlie in a heartbeat. I don't know when that's going to happen.
Samantha says she seems to think that you're just one step away from doing anything for me. You know what I do? I do like that, how you said, like, he'll draw anything for money. Because a lot of times you'll see, like, oh, you can pay this money for a commission. And then, like, under that, it's like nothing fuking weird. And Mick's like, let's get weird.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
You give me
Mick wants it to be weird.
We'll go.
Yeah.
You should see the covers I kept trying to push off on Clay during this campaign. It's like, what about this? What? And he shot me down every single time.
You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome. Yeah. They got the right too many.
Well, it's funny if you read my books. I also like words. It's just much easier to account for them if I like write while I draw instead of like the words are already here in the script. How can I work around that?
I generally, because I letter the book too, I generally try to edit and condense and work with what Mick gives me, because Mick has like some of the most inventive layouts that you'll see. Yeah. So I almost never want to mess with it. So like the only time Frank and I have asked for changes are when like there's something that's super important that it's like we can't condense it. It's got to be, but it's usually more a matter of like, now that everything's digital, it's like just shift these characters over a little bit or shift them down a little bit or just extend the space in the panel, just a hair rather than making Mick redraw stuff. But sometimes if he really pisses me off, I'll make him start over from scratch.
I'm thinking of those layouts from Beyond the Wall of Sleep, the 2 splash pages before it ends. Like, it's so fucking dope. Like, it's so hard. It's not hard to explain, but like, for me to talk it and like for you to not see it, but the layouts and the prose on these panels like take you for a ride around the edges, through the middle, back again. It's not confusing at all. Your eyes are guided like perfectly with the art. Awesome. and the word bubbles. It works so well. And yeah, that was a really cool moment for me. Those last like
that was Mick making those double page spreads, because I wrote those as single pages, and he came up with the idea. And he came up with the idea that he was like, you know what, this is because we're now in a dream. Let's make this kind of dreamlike, and we'll make, you know, it just happened to lay out perfectly that those could become double page spreads. And then there became the challenge, because this was like, I was trying to fit in, you know, as much of Lovecraft's words as I could. So that story does get kind of dense and wordy, especially on those double page spreads. But then it became fun, just kind of trying to lead your eye with the word balloons all over the page.
Yeah, I really dug it.
Landed.
And now we kind of didn't really talk about tiers, because so this story that we're talking about is optional. Like, you can read it and get like, you know, it's a little, experience it in a little different way, but it's not required reading if you did not back Nightmare Theater, or you don't want to pay for other stuff. However, you guys have some digital tiers that include that for a fair price. That's like your digital deluxe, I think.
Yeah, the digital deluxe includes that, and it includes a cover gallery. And then I think most of the higher tiers have that short story digitally.
Okay.
But if you want to buy a copy of Nightmare Theater 2 and get the first printing, you can do that as well.
Definitely. And I think it's worth it, because there's so many great creators on those books. Like, if you can snag one, you really should. But yeah,
they're great books.
Don't let that deter you from being our 100th fucking backer. We're still waiting impatiently. I might add.
To take a nap. So
I
gotta show people that these launch parties are legit. Like, you come on Blake's Buzz, you get rich. That's what we're trying to. That's the point I'm trying to make across here, people. But yeah, I like how you have tiers for everybody, both physical, digital, lots of great add-ons. Both of you have great comics in your backlog that can be had here.
I would say, like, my personal ambition for this campaign is I want people to buy more of my back catalog than they buy of Clay's back catalog. It's, you know, not at all competitive. I don't want to be the bigger, more important, more beloved creator. It'd just be great if I could beat his ass in that metric.
I just like to point out that, you know, I think Mick has more books available for sale than I do. So I think
that's not important. That's not important.
Anyway, I'm selling a lot of my stuff digitally, because I'm low on print copies of a lot of things. So I had to just do kind of digital ones and I had to limit the physical tiers, because we're getting down to our last copies here. We're going to have to start doing some, I don't know, kickstarting some hardcovers or something, or go back to print on stuff.
I get excited for Kickstarter hardcovers, even though I can rarely afford them. Samantha, again, like, thank you for stopping by. I really love your cover.
Yes, Samantha.
Yes, thank you.
I will bother you tomorrow.
He's always there to bother you, even like he's so. I'm just kidding. I was actually really excited to talk to both of you. Like, Clay, I had a great time talking to you last time you were on the show, and you know, Mick was on a couple times before. No, he's kidding, but you guys both like make me laugh. You're super easy to talk to. I've very much lucked out in my Blake's Buzz career, where I haven't ever talked to someone who like blatantly doesn't want to be here and is really hard to talk to. I kind of want it to happen one day, just to see like what happens, if I can like bring someone out of their shell. Like,
I'll come in character next time. I'll just play a real dick creator, and I'll just be a real jerk to you for like an hour and a half.
Oh, look at that.
Did we?
Look at
Thank
that.
You, Internet World.
100 backers, day one. You guys,
all right.
You guys are. And we only got 29 days left. I mean, it's still a,
how many more
race
can you
against
get?
the clock. Who knows?
There's plenty of room. Jump on board.
Samantha, thank you so much. Nice to meet you as well. Anytime, if you ever have like a project or something,
Samantha should have something coming up relatively soon, because that's what I bother her about every day. She's done, I think, 3-4 comics and a couple of coloring books on Kickstarter now, and they're all gorgeous. If you want an entire book of Samantha's work, search up Mermaid Coloring Book, Mermaid something. Damn, I don't remember the title of it, but it's
mermaids are risky topics these days, bud. Like, I don't know. I don't know if we want to go there. I'm just kidding. Mermaids can be any color and size and shape that they want to be. Mermaids are for everyone. So are comics. That's what we believe here. Blake's Buzz. If you are fucking, if you're weird about mermaids, you can go fuck yourself. That's how I feel, basically. This is my show. I get to say shit like that. This is my platform, god damn it, and I can cry if I want to. But no, I'm really excited for this comic, obviously, which is if I wasn't, I wouldn't have had you guys on. I would just let you go into what happened today, by the way. Like holy fucking flaming potatoes out of the oven, Batman. Like, there's 18 Kickstarters that launched today. I swear to God.
Oh, like, really?
Today was fucking, everybody launched a fucking Kickstarter today. It was ridiculous. Like it was, I was just like, holy shit. And it's like a lot of people I like and have been on the show. And I was like, oh no, like I'm not going to be able to back all these. Like I gotta like figure out like who do I do like the good retweets, because I can't pay you money, right? Like
yeah.
But yeah, it was a nuts day. There are several, like I know Travis Gibb went live with the new Granite State Punk, and then there's a couple anthologies going. Lots of great comics out there to be had. But none of those are DreamQuest, which is what we're here to talk about, because we don't care about other creators right now. We care about Mick and Clay.
We do. We care about the community. It's all good. It's not competition. Rising tide lifts all boats.
No,
the only competition is between my back catalog and Clay's back catalog.
Correct.
The only competition,
and it's heavily weighted in Mick's favor.
Why do you keep qualifying this? It's just a simple straight up and down scenario here.
It's a straight up and down.
I just want to be clear.
Oh my God, you guys are awesome. This is why I know this comic's gonna be great, because I like you guys, like the way you talk and treat each other. And
like, absolutely. It is so uncomfortable in the office every day, just staring back and forth.
Yep, it's horrible.
Oh, you want the window open? I want it closed.
You guys don't have an office together, do you? Or do you like?
We really do.
Yeah, yeah,
oh, wow.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Every day I got to look at this guy.
I thought all this shit happened like remotely, like away from everybody these days. I didn't know like people actually sat together and did shit.
Yeah, no. We had it's funny, ever since so Mick and I live just down the road from each other, really. And ever since I moved to his neck of the woods, he's been talking about wanting to sorry, I just saw Samantha's comment. It's so hard, Samantha. It's so hard. Ever since I moved down here or over here, Mick has been, talking about like how he's wanted to get an office. And I started thinking about it after the pandemic, like just working from home all the time and like, oh my God, I got to get out of the house. And so we started looking at places and we found an amazing place, and it's perfect. It's kind of perfect for our needs. And we get in there and make some comic book magic, and
it is
where we are.
It really is amazingly nice being able to work in the same room as someone. Like,
yeah,
just bouncing stuff back and forth immediately, and not even related to the book. Like, I don't have the self-confidence to run a Kickstarter without asking someone a question every 30 seconds. And that got to be Clay this time. Like, am I doing the right thing? Should I do this or this? Let me give you a third option before you decide here. And just like, we both collect comics. We both read comics. We've got, it's nice to have that interaction where I can smell his garlicky breath in my face instead
of wondering where that
just
was
talking to him over Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just a lot more visceral when you, you feel the spit.
Yeah.
That should be a stretch goal for a campaign. Like just put a fucking live camera in your office and live let people watch you all day. Like,
like a Warhol film.
No one, that'll be like, you guys won't like say anything to each other all day. Just like Clay's typing, Mick's hunched over in the
Every time he clears his throat, God damn it, Clay! Now I've got to throw this page away. You son of a bitch!
Mick's screaming at people for water. I need water. Hey,
bring me a drink. Where's my child at? I need a beverage.
Before we went live, Clay got up to go get something to drink, and Mick just starts screaming. It's like, bring me a cup of water. I didn't bring you into this world to have dry mouth. It was really intense. I don't know. It was great, but no,
it got a little awkward. I thought violence was going to happen.
And then some very kind person comes in and brings him water and sets it down. And then Mick's like, "Oh, I already had a cup of water." I was like, "Man, why can't that shit happen live? Like that's what the people want."
That's what he's like in the office. I'll just be sitting there and he'll be like, "Bring me a Dr. Pepper."
Where do you guys live?
We're in Rogers, Bentonville, Walmart, Arkansas is where we live.
Okay.
We're like right across the street from home office.
Because I remember Clay saying when we were talking about cons one time, Clay was like, "Well, Blake's area is closer," and I was like, "Where is this motherfucker?" Trying to find.
Where I see you were in the Chiefs hat. Where are you?
I'm South Kansas City, so like I'm Kansas City, Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, whenever we actually make it up to Planet, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hang with you.
Yeah. I'll cook you guys dinner.
Sounds great.
In a weird, not in a weird way, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even have to pack bags. I'll just buy clothes when I get there.
Yeah. When are the Chiefs playing? We'll go see a game.
Oh, well, they're playing every weekend now because it's football season.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when's the next game? Let's go. Let's get tickets. I want a free dinner. Damn it.
That's all I got. That's why I need to do like a Blake's Buzz brunch next Planet Con. Just get like, because Steve Orlando like wants to hang out. I was like, shut up, Steve. You're just like goosing me up during an interview. And he was like, no, dude, I love food. Kansas City. I guess like when he came here, like Jason Aaron took some people out. He told me the story on the podcast, and Jason Aaron like took some people out to barbecue and ever like I guess for like years now, Steve Orlando's he's like they don't do it right here, man. Like he's like I miss that Kansas City bowl of meat and then like eating it and getting the meat sweats. Like he's like I want that to happen again. So I was like okay, Steve Orlando, like come to Kansas City, we'll hang out. I guess. Like,
I guess.
We could talk about X-Men. I don't know, but no, it's my friend, like, because it's weird when I first started doing this, like people would like comic professional people would like food pictures I posted, and it was I was like, what is happening? Like this is, I was like, these people I like read and respect and stuff are like liking this fucking sandwich I posted on Twitter, and then I was just like,
and then I was like,
it is kind of weird, like how small this community actually is, because like I grew up on Triangle era Superman books. Like those were the books of my childhood. And like fucking Frank Pitarisi is like editing this book I'm on now. Like it's crazy. It's nuts to me. Like it kind of blows my mind. The first time I meet Frank in person, I'm worried I'm just gonna like squeal and like pee my pants accidentally before I run away.
That'd be all, like you guys have like this meeting about something like, and it's your project, and Mick shows up with this like stack of DC comics. Can you sign these for me?
Before we get to whatever this nonsense is, I need you to take care of this.
Yes, Samantha. Everybody can come to brunch. Biscuits and gravy for everybody. I don't know if we want to do eating and butts in the same promotion. We are in a new age, but I don't.
I'll draw the picture for that. I'll draw anything.
True.
Oh man, but yeah, I really want to. I still haven't been to a con. Like I told Mick I'm a fucking fraud. Like I'm a fake nerd. Yeah. Because when I really was getting into comics and had money to do stuff like that, I was a bouncer and a bar back. So to take off a weekend you missed out on a lot of money. And so like I didn't, that was like where I made most of my bread and butter. And so I could never, and the bar was like severely understaffed anyway. So like I couldn't really get off on weekends. And then now that I have like then like COVID hit, and then when Blake's Buzz took off, like no one went to cons, and then like now they're starting to come back, and Planet has like ridiculous their requirements for a press pass are like astronomically insane. But someone told me to apply anyway, because
how big is like I went to Planet the first time in 90, no wait, it would have been 02, 01 or 02, I think. Like Planet had only been a con for a few years at that point, and it was like in some spare room of a strip mall. And then I went in I think 15 or 16, and like it's at Bartlesville Hall now. Like it's gigantic. Like there's
it's a pretty big deal now
on the floor at Planet than there like are in my hometown. It's nuts.
Well, and what I heard, and I guess I didn't really realize it, is because like, you know, Midwest nerds who can't afford to go to the coasts and stuff, right? So like, we get a lot of like, you know, people that can drive an hour or two to go to a con, and that ends up being like, you know, hundreds and maybe thousands of people in more rural areas that'll come to this con and are able to go to other ones. So yeah, it's getting like a lot bigger. And so yeah, I would next year I'll be into year 2 of Blake's Buzz. I got some networking going on and stuff. So I really want to like the plan is to like, you know, try and get some press passes and maybe do some short-term traveling. I'd really like to go to C2E2. And someone told me, and they didn't mean it to be mean, but when we were talking about this, and this guy was like, "Oh yeah, the C2E2 will give press passes to anybody." I was like, "Oh cool, thanks, prick." But yeah, so I'm really that's like the next deal I'd really like to do. It'd be cool to like meet some of these people I've gotten to talk to and chat with online and stuff, and who's you know, just be interesting to see if I'm like as clever in person or if I'm just fucking like a weirdo. They're like, "Who is this guy?"
They're like, Blake was all right, but he made a good breakfast. You know, that was worth it.
Yeah, way easier to talk to online. But the biscuits and gravy were pretty solid. But yeah, that'd be I would totally hang out with you guys, and you know, and not fear for my life or anything. So I could be safe.
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple shows down here now with dozens of guests and, you know, visitors, spectators.
He's not exaggerating.
Feel free to come down. Yeah. There are dozens of us.
So, because Will Alred lives down there, down there too.
Yeah,
he lives over by I thought he lived next to like Eureka Springs or something.
Well, we're pretty close to Eureka Springs. So, like the geography of this place is like Bella Vista in the north, then Bentonville, then Rogers, then Springdale.
We're losing the audience.
You know, like it's just a stack of like rural backwardsness to some extent.
You want to break out the map real quick?
Yeah, listen, and then
some
just
longitude,
like a little bit of the Northwest and just a tiny bit south of Bella Vista, you have Centerton. But anyway, dozens of
Samantha
attendees.
From? Is she not from here?
No, she's up in Canada.
She's a foreigner.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to come down to America sometime. Get a free gun, take it with you. It's super awesome.
Yeah.
Give them to everybody. It's a great little gift. Anyways, sort of true. David Hazan, who was in the chat earlier, he mentioned that too. He was like, he's tinkering with, he's interested in something, maybe he's coming to New York. He's going to go to New York and do like a David Hazan tour and be here for a little bit. But he had tinkered with moving here maybe because his comic career is starting to he's doing well right now. And I told him the same thing. He was like, but all the guns. And I was like, well, they give you one when you come here. And he was like, what?
You get one as part of your onboarding package. It's not that big a deal.
Like, they stamp your passport.
I mean, listen, we won't pay for your health care, but we'll pay for your gun safety classes.
We won't do that either.
Yeah, no, sir. Gun safety.
You're on your own.
It's an oxymoron right there. Yes, please get the compass. We're still waiting for Mick to pull the.
Do you want me to go get the map? Hold on, I've got a great one. It's beautiful. It's in relief. It really encapsulates the whole area.
It's like Tolkien drew this fucking thing, basically, of the great Arkansas area.
How do you know about Eureka Springs? Is that
I've been there a couple times.
Oh, you have? All right.
He's just in Kansas City.
When my buddies and I all turned 21 for fucking forever ago, we went to we got.
You got so drunk you wound up in Eureka Springs. That
we went to Roaring River and got a cabin and just
that's not so bad.
Stayed 4 days at this cabin and got fucking blitzed every fucking day at this cabin. And one day we went to Eureka Springs and I don't know if you guys remember when like salvia was legal, that crazy hallucinogenic shit that you smoke and you could like buy it at gas stations and shit. We bought some fucking salvia at this fucking head shop. It was like a hookah shop at Eureka Springs, and we fucking all lost our goddamn minds in this cabin. And I remember I got mad. So and this was like totally legal. You could like buy this and drive around and smoke it. And I mean, you'd wreck your car and get in trouble that way, but like no one could pull you over and be like, you're doing illegal drugs, sir. And I remember I took a hit off this fucking salvia and I got mad because I was like, it's only half working, because like everything was like half normal and half like wavy and weird. And like everything was just split right down the middle. And I was like, this is bullshit. It's only half work. And then like one of our buddies was like, I don't like it. It got real fucking weird. But anyway,
I know what we're doing at the office tomorrow. Just pick some up on your way in.
It's you can't do it. It's like bath salts. You can't get it anymore. Like they luckily
you can get it on eBay.
Pick it off the shelves.
I mean, we're in the Midwest. Someone has it somewhere.
We'll find it. We'll find it.
Someone has some Salvia divinorum. It's
and
like
they probably have it in Eureka Springs. That's
field trip. It's a field trip tomorrow.
Yeah.
For our viewer out there, that's like a hippie commune / new agey joint in the Ozarks, Eureka Springs.
Yeah, and it's like it's a cool drive, like the Ozark.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mountains. They're big hills, but they're still cool. But I mean, Eureka Springs, like there's some good eats and places, and we just kind of walked around, lots of cool shops. Everybody's really nice. And yeah, it was that was a cool place. I dug that.
Actually, I hate Eureka Springs with a passion.
I could see like people that live there. You're like, I don't give it. Like, why? Why do we need to go here? There's I can't remember what it's called.
It's just a tourist trap.
I had some good pizza there. And yeah, like I said, we were just hammered. Like fresh 21-year-old.
I could see how that would make Eureka Springs more
this is amazing. It's just pounding
Mick hates
lights.
everything. So just to put it in context.
That is true. That is true. Every page I look at Clay's script, I'm like, this is dumb. Why is this happening? This is dumb. This is just garbage. Listen, I'm going to draw what I want. There's going to be a bar fight, and that's it. That's all I'm doing.
Just bar fights and tits for 48 pages.
Exactly.
And one day I'm just going to crack. I'm just going to say, do it. Just do it.
But like, Clay, why is this whole thing set in a bar? I don't want to draw that many establishing shots. Oh, man.
Yeah, and it's like a full bar, so like every there's like 12 patrons on each page. You're like, motherfuck. Who brings a horse into a bar? Fuck you. Fuck you, Clay. It doesn't even make sense.
I'm going to my side of the office. Leave me alone.
How big is this office? Like,
I mean, we sit in each other's laps when we're at work.
Yeah, it's very cozy, very sometimes it gets a little weird, but
with the windows open, it almost feels like it's 12 foot by 12 foot.
Nice.
With the windows closed, it's much smaller.
It's a prison cell, isn't it? You guys we paid money to rent out a local jail cell and hang out with each other.
The rent
Put a
was
desk
cheap.
in there. Great Wi-Fi, shockingly enough. Like who's drunk?
It's crazy.
And you can always get cigarettes.
Your tax dollars at work. Yeah.
Everybody's got fucking cigarettes, man.
Yeah.
Cigarettes and ramen noodles. You give them $5 cash, you get some weird shit here, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's cool. I didn't know you guys.
Cigarettes.
I didn't know you had like a cool that's dope. So I feel like if you guys have a space together, there's I know when I ask this question, no one can ever talk about it, but I feel like there's like probably other future projects you guys are going to be working on together. Or
oh God, I hope not.
Is it?
Just
Is
existential dread.
Mick part
Have I
of
made
Fried?
all bad decisions in my life? That's what it feels like.
Yeah, no. Now we have overhead, so we gotta pay for this space.
Yeah, we gotta
make
this
some
shit out.
comments.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
actually
is
feel
it
like
still going to be under like the Fried Comics label, or are you guys going to do like a spinoff?
we talked about it, but I feel like Fried makes the most sense because Clay does all the listen. Drawing comics is a lot of work, but it's not hard work. Running a Kickstarter, that sucks. And I don't like it. So if Clay wants to do that work, he can do that on his profile.
So see, that's how I feel about drawing comics. I'm like, I can't draw a comic. I'd rather, I'd rather Mick draw the comic. I'll take care of the Kickstarters, and it'll take care of itself. It'll work out just fine. But so Fried started as just like me and Alexander O'Philippe and our stuff, the comics that we did together, co-writing. And he's gotten busy with his directing career. He's a big-time documentary filmmaker. He's doing the documentary, the official William Shatner documentary right now.
Oh, wow.
And so he's just super busy, and I just want to make a bunch of comics. So we're not Alex and I are not done making comics. We're going to keep making comics, but in between those regular Fried comics, I just want to make a lot more. So
you had to bring in a side piece.
Yeah, Mick. That's a great way of describing Mick. He's my side piece. Yeah, and so it feels kind of weird having things that, because Fried has such a distinct sensibility, that sort of outlandish humor and horror that goes together. So it feels kind of weird to have something else, but the way Kickstarter works, honestly, it's like we've built up a platform on the Fried Comics campaign. It's like, I don't think the books would do as well if we just started another one from scratch. Yeah. And we want to get paid, and we want to pay people well. And so it's like, this just made the most sense.
No, I think it's cool. I like you guys. I like you guys together. I want more. Like I said, I'm excited for this new, just your transition into just a different kind of writing style. And I can stare at Mick's art all day, even if people are fully clothed. Like it's just always I mean,
that's the other thing. Good. Clay has only had me draw fully clothed people, and I don't want to establish that kind of reputation on my Kickstarter account. Listen, you come to me, you know what you're getting. You're getting Martians with boobs and dicks just all over the place. That's what I specialize in.
And then the option to go through and you redraw not the whole comic, but you'll
I'll
fix
put
areas
clothes.
for a safe edition. I'm just it just cracks me. I always thought it'd be funny. It probably wouldn't be funny for you because you'd piss someone off. But if you're like, oh yeah, this is the one with no nudity, and one random dick pops out.
Robot. Is everyone? Is this me? Is the?
Oh, I don't know.
Are we losing him?
I think he's glitching out. You can see him move.
No.
Are you there? I think I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you breathing.
Don't pull a Jeffrey Toobin. We're all still alive.
It's like my internet is trying to die. It's trying real hard, guys.
I think you're back.
I mean, I can hear you.
Yeah.
You guys still sound robot-y though.
Oh.
That's just the way we sound.
So I'm back, but I'm on a razor's edge.
Well, the good news is we're at an hour and a half and we broke 100.
All right.
So I feel
great.
I feel like we set some goals and we had some good talks and
we did it.
We did it. Well, we did it. I said I was bringing myself into this.
Yeah, you're part of the team.
And I almost finished this page. It's a win-win-win.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, real quick, I know, like I said, I kept you an hour and a half on a random weeknight. I'm as cheesy as this is about to sound. I'm real proud of you both. This campaign's really dope. I'm really excited to see you both do more together. I love horror, the genre. I'm so excited for spooky season, and this is a great Kickstarter to back to kick off your spooky season. Real quick, because I'm the politest, kindest bestest host that's ever been around on the YouTubes and the internets. Clay, like where do we find you? Where's the best place to keep track of you and your future projects and all that good stuff?
Yeah, for sure. You can sign up to my Substack at friedcomics.com/free, or go to Substack and look for Order Up, which is me. And you can find me on Twitter at Clay's Evil Twin.
That's such a good profile name too. Mine's Blake's Buzz. That's so cool. Blake's Evil Twin. I should change mine to Blake's Evil Twin.
There you go. Well, no, you change it to something. It's like Ablake gay.
Because
Pig Latin. What is?
Yeah. What's the story there?
The By the Horns from Scout Comics, the writer put me in the new comic. He named a character after me because it's this pirate and he's like really nice and helpful, and so he like switched the letters in my name around. And they were on the live show last week and he told me that, and I told him to shut up. I was like, shut up, you're full of shit. He was like, no, like seriously. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, that kind of like, so I took the little pirate's picture and made it. Now probably no one fucking knows who I am now because that's all. But yeah, we're not going to do that for you, but Mick will draw you. Mick will draw you as a penis. It's done.
So,
done. Yeah. So and yeah, I actually just subscribed to your I almost called it a clay stack. I almost subscribed to your clay stack. I did the other day.
I like it.
You should change the name to it. That's pretty good.
Clay stack. Yeah.
Sign up for the clay stack.
I like it.
Mick, what about you? Where we keep track of you, bud?
I am Mick Comiker at everywhere, except all the places I'm not. So Instagram, Twitch,
not on
Facebook,
TikTok. I'll tell you that much.
Twitter,
OnlyFans.
Except I haven't been since I've been at the office. Like I haven't been on Twitch. Like I don't have a good setup up there to be on Twitch. And like again, Clay would never shut up. So like, how could I stream if he's constantly yapping in the background? So that's the reason I haven't been on Twitch. It's 100% Clay's fault.
No, yeah, I need to get on
usually,
Twitch too.
If I am on Twitch, it's at Mick Comiker.
Well, that's awesome. Well, guys, 101 backers, $3,852. You are so close to that goal. Like, what a great day one for both of you. I hope it funds quick so you guys don't hit like the couple weeks of dead air while you got to like wait for the last little bit. But I mean, pat yourselves on the back. You guys had a hell of a day, and I'm excited to see this fund, and I'm very excited to get it one of these days down the road and read it. I'm super pumped.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having us. Thanks for being a part of this.
Yeah, no, it's great. Awesome. It's always a pleasure to be here, especially since this is my 4th appearance. I swear to God.
Supposedly, I think it's only 3. I'd go through the logs, but that's a lot of work, and I got a.
You know what? I'll do it because that kind of vindictive prove I was right. That's definitely up my alley. So I'll do as much work as I need.
I fucking told you, Blake, 4 times and never again, you ignorant bastard. Anyways,
August 18th at exactly 7:52, my face shows up on your goddamn screen for the first time.
Oh my goodness, so violent, so much rage from this artist.
That's what I have to put up with every day.
Well, guys, if no one else has anything to say, I'm gonna play the music and close the curtains. Is everybody good?
Yeah, thank you, Blake.
Yeah, we're great. Thanks for having us. Yeah, and Samantha, great work.
Yeah, Samantha, thank you for hanging out. Your cover is amazing. Everybody should pick that up, or buy all the variants. Backer number 102. Get the big money bundle. Like I'm sure these guys would appreciate.
Yeah, get the. Everyone needs to get the 18x24. Everyone needs to just go all the way to the top. Get yourself a nice big original sketch. Yeah, and
come up with something real fucking weird too. Like
he'll draw anything.
It's just gonna be smiley faces and stick figures. That's all I'm gonna do. That's what you get.
Oh my God. Everybody who tuned into the show, I appreciate you all. Remember, love more, hate less, read comics. Crowdfunding comics are dope. You should back more of them. You should especially check out DreamQuest because these guys work hard and deserve your money. On that note, we will see you tomorrow night. But for now, good night. I love you. Thanks for listening. Buzz Live.